Vic and Andy Armstrong, they're awesome. They're the stunt choreographers
On every movie you've ever
on
enjoyed.
every awesome. They did the Indiana Jones movies and the original Superman.
Vic and Andy Armstrong. Believe it.
Vic Armstrong was actually a stuntman, and he was Indiana Jones, and he was Superman in those original movies.
My name is Vic Armstrong.
Andy Armstrong.
Scott Armstrong.
Their son does it, their daughter does it. It's like crazy. Everyone you meet on Second Unit is named Armstrong.
It really is weird. It's comprehensive. They got the whole second unit.
It's comprehensive.
In the stunt business, we have myself, my brother, his son, my two sons, my two daughters, my nephew, my wife. They've all had a choice of doing other things. It's not nepotism as much as serving an apprenticeship. They've been all around the world as kids, and they know the protocol on the set, and they know an awful lot more than somebody who's just coming into the business.
The coolest thing about the Armstrongs, I think, is the first stunt was a car flipping over, and Andy Armstrong did it just to show all his guys.
I wanted to show some of the younger and older people that are in the chase that, I'm still doing them, not just behind the camera. And I thought it'd also be a fun legacy to have done one in the same movie as your son and your nephew.
Okay, so this is going to be the first of our many crashes in the car chase. And this is Andy, my brother, driving this car, which makes things a lot worse for me. Now Black Beauty's behind him and shooting him, and he's going to kill the driver, and the car's going to flip over sideways, which is caused by a nitrogen cannon, which is a cannon built into the base of the car with a big plug in it, which is like a bullet, and that fires out, and when it hits the ground, there's nowhere to go, so therefore it fires the car off itself. We've done lots of these, yeah. Everyone's nerve-wracking. It's a crash when you come to it, at the end of the day.
I realised at the time that I was sort of strapping myself in for it. I realised I still really enjoy it. I really enjoy the rush of strapping yourself in a car, knowing the next time you get out of it, it won't be on its wheels. It's a good feeling.
Okay, Andy, good? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
Well done, Dean. Just run it when you can, Dan. Another grey hair in my head. We've actually made a very, very good original chase. I think it's going back to basics.
We had long conversations about how to do it real, and we would show them the script pages as we wrote them, and they would say, well, we can do this, but this will involve CG, and pretty much anything that involves CG we would take out, or we'd say, well, how could we change this so it didn't involve CG?
It's all about doing things practical.
We wanted to use miniatures to do almost everything. They didn't let us do
We
that.
did the next best thing to miniatures. We built real giant things. I mean, we wanted to do the elevator Black Beauty thing with miniatures, and they were like, we can't do that. What we will do is build a 70-foot tall elevator, drive a car into it, and lift it up in the air.
We've tried to eliminate any CG that we didn't necessarily need, unless it's to hide a ramp or to hide some piece of equipment. But basically everything you see is done for real, so it's a nice change for this day and age.
They were psyched to be able to actually apply their skills fully again.
I'm driving the pickup that we're going to pipe ramp head on through this bus. This is the pipe ramp that I'm going to be riding up. My driver's front wheel's sort of going to come up through here. As I progress up the pipe ramp, I'm going to start rolling away and out the side of the bus. As soon as I hit this, it's pretty hard to tell where I'm going to go. I think I'm pretty certain I'm going to end up upside down at some point, and I'll be rolling driver's side high. And then just once we hit the ground, see how it bounces. It's pretty hard to tell with a car-shaped object. The main thing is just keeping your head clear. You can't let your emotions and your thoughts run away with you. You've just got to keep a clear head.
Car is caged. Scott's wearing the latest helmets and neck restraints and arm restraints and back restraints. But at the end of the day, you're still doing 65 miles an hour and hitting a solid object. You're going 15 feet in the air and bouncing on the road. So it's nerve-wracking, really.
Rolling brake, action on the rolling brake. Here we go, and 3, 2, 1, action! Thanks very much, guys. Everyone that helped me get in and get back out.
Beats any day at the office, I think.
To me, that's the worst stunt ever, is having to direct your own family doing stunts. It's harder than doing the stunts yourself, I think.
There's much more pressure when it's your son and your nephew and you want them to be safe, but in reality, you know, you have to put that amount of diligence and safety into all of them. So at the critical moment, you detach who it is in there, really.
Action!
That probably comes flooding back as you're running to the vehicle to make sure they're all okay at the end of it.
Go, here you go, guys. You okay? You all right, Dave? He's good, You all right?
Good job, buddy.
Good job. Lean against the car. Injuries are nothing to be proud of, you know. It's a failure, in my opinion, if you hurt yourself. Obviously, it goes with the territory, and it's called an accident. It does happen, you know. I've broken my shin and my shoulder and rib and nose and things. My nose has had it quite a few times, I'm afraid. But
When it comes down to a real life stunt and you're going to be doing a, you know, somersault in a 6,000 pound vehicle and it's going to go anywhere, there's always the potential for someone getting seriously hurt. I've been seriously hurt. You know, that's always a knowledge that you have, but it's not something that motivates you. Your fear is of failure. Your fear is of not performing properly.
I'm not worried about getting hurt. I'm just worried about doing it wrong.
Sorry, I broke your sign, sir.
It's strangely relaxing, really, because all the fear that goes on beforehand is not fear of injury. You know, if you're terrified of injury or you're terrified of death, you wouldn't be doing it. You know, you have a healthy respect for that, and obviously a knowledge that that's a potential end. Quite honestly, if anything happens to me, it doesn't, you know, I won't know anything about it, so it's not a problem.
3, 2, 1, rocket! Vic and Andy Armstrong, they're awesome. They're the stunt choreographers.